Bobby Hurley's joining us. Thank you for the time, Coach. And we'll start off with the opening statement. Go ahead.
Well, had a really good lunch yesterday at Bullock's Barbecue. It was fantastic. I saw Coach K last night. Spent a good amount of time with him. That was another great moment. I ran both days on the Duke Golf Course. I used to run there when I played here, so that was great. Everything else is, I think, speaks for itself. I don't really know if I have to go into a lot of detail about this. It was a train wreck, is a good word, maybe, for us right now. Now, the only good news, the only bright side of this for us is that we're 0-0 still, and I don't think I'll have any complaints this week. I wouldn't imagine. It should be a pretty straightforward week for me. I don't think I'll have guys wondering why they're not starting in the opener. I don't think I'll have guys worried about shot attempts. I think by the end of this week, hopefully we'll learn something from this.
You said yesterday you were a little bit, you didn't want anything to mess up the good vibes you had when you left here, and being over on the different bench was going to be different, a new experience. So what was that like when the game started and you're coaching against?
I've been here long enough to know my 4 years that what just happened has happened before, and it could happen to me, and it did. I mean, I quietly was a little concerned because I don't think we were as impressive as I thought we would be in our close scrimmage, and that was against a lesser opponent. And now in 1 week, you're at Duke, with their roster and the way they're coached. I mean, John is doing a great job here with just seeing it firsthand, just the commitment they have to guarding with physicality and multiple efforts. And it was all the things that we decided not to do. I mean, we did it in spurts in the first half, just as our offense, we were incapable of generating points in the first half. We still hung around enough, but the second half we were a disaster on defense to give up that many points and 15 threes, and you go right down the line. 17-0 transition points. I mean, there's not a category that we did well. Like, we were under, I think we had like 6 or 7 turnovers in our close scrimmage, and that was pretty good. I was kind of, all right, well, we took care of the ball. Well, we had 18 today, so that didn't have much carryover there. So that being said, we got like 9 days, so we got a lot of work to do for our first game.
Hey, Bobby. Before you left, you talked about wanting to see how the freshmen reacted in this setting. How would you assess how they were able to handle this environment?
Yeah, I'm a team guy. I played winning basketball. I value the team as a whole and not singling out individuals. But I was forced to really single out Jaden Jackson, and as a bright spot. He wasn't perfect. He didn't make all the shots or whatever. But that dude is like he belonged in that game tonight. Like, he was ready for that game to play on the floor, and he didn't look out of place out there. He looked like really, his motor and his movement, his activity, that was a positive. Amir Ali, when we couldn't make a shot to save our lives in the first half, hit a 3 on the left wing in transition, and then the very next play dove on the floor at half court. I mean, those are positive plays for young guys. Joe's a little lost right now, and he's got to bounce back and really find his groove. He's a guy that I think we have high hopes for, and it's like we haven't played a game yet, so I don't want to, But as you asked about the 3 freshmen, and that's kind of what I thought of those guys right now.
Coach, you mentioned the freshmen specifically. Jaden, you thought he really rose to the occasion in a matchup that was really, really tough for him, obviously. How did you think he progressed through this game and adapted to playing guys that are, inches taller than him?
He is one of our hardest workers in practice every day, so that's where it starts. Like, he works his ass off in practice. He's got good habits. He's in the gym all the time, working on his game. He loves the game, so he's going to have some success. He had some success tonight in a game just littered with failure and just terrible basketball. He managed to provide some hope and some bright spots, for this particular game on October 27th of this year. So before any official games have taken place. But this happened, though. It's not like I didn't come out and play the guys that should have been on the floor. Like, I wasn't like experimenting tonight and like this just happened to us. No, we got our ass kicked, and it was with them, having, arguably their All-American and best player just playing like half the game too. So hats off to where they are, and oh shit about where we are right now. So,
Bobby. To your right. I know this weekend tonight didn't go the way you wanted, but can you still appreciate the weekend, having your whole family here, spending time with Coach K and everything that went on?
I did. I hated, again, my granddaughter's never going to remember this game. She's 3 months old, thank God. But, and it was her first game, so, hopefully there'll be better days ahead for her. But it was, it was... Yeah, it was nice. It was nice having them there, and it's great seeing Grant Hill. Wish he had some eligibility and a one-time transfer on him, right? It could have been, no restrictions, maybe. No. All right.
Hey, Coach. I know yesterday you talked about how you felt like you had the closure from your success here as a player, but now that you've experienced the full weekend from the dinner yesterday and the pregame ceremony today, do you think you got any more closure from this entire experience?
I have ammunition this week. That's the main thing I got for getting our teams ready. You get our team ready. This is the ultimate wake-up call. If we don't advance from this, then and we don't have a lot of hope this year. That's if we are not like a completely different team on opening night, then we've learned nothing from this, and I would imagine it's going to be hard for us too. But yeah, I mean, it was otherwise all the other stuff was outstanding. Just sometimes you should leave well enough alone or something, or something. That's why I never wanted to come back here. It was like, it's like I lost 2 games here or something. We used to do this to everybody. So it was a tough night. It was a tough night for sure. Yeah.
Bob, you don't want to ask you to relitigate it all, obviously, but you mentioned Duke's length and their physicality. What was it about them, I guess, that impressed you the most?
I just think for this time, like they really like played well together, and both ends, like their communication, their switching, their challenging shots, they're pressuring us on defense. So things didn't come easy to us in any way at that end of the floor. And then on the flip side, they seem like a very connected group, a team that a bunch of guys that are willing to share the ball and make the right play, and guys that have pretty high IQs. I really like Knippel on the film that I watched of him coming in, and he showed that again. Just I think his movement, he moves without the ball, he could shoot it, pass it, flag obviously, and so they have a lot of good pieces, and then they have the big guy, or they could play smaller, so they have different ways that they could attack you. So I think right now they look really good to me, and I've seen a lot of good teams like over the years to think like that they got a chance to be really good.
Bob, you obviously played in the NBA. Cooper's projected #1 pick. What do you see out of him, and how do you see his game transitioning to the NBA?
Well, I mean, he's just a matchup guy. Could go off the bounce, could shoot it. Is a good passer. I think everything that he does, it appears to me, is born out of trying to win, and as a competitor, and that's going to carry him a long way. He's just got amazing, diverse skill sets and all that great stuff. But he plays with that fire at both ends of the floor that you look for, and so he looks like the real deal to me. I mean, he was 3 for 9, and they had a lot of other guys maybe statistically play better, but he was certainly someone that we were very concerned about coming in.
John said it's been 30 years since you've been here. Walking in here, hearing the crowd, what was that like? And was there flashbacks, or did you look up and see your number up there? And the other thing is, which championship ring you wearing?
Yeah, this one I wear. I don't know. I feel like I try and get superpowers out of it, but it doesn't always work. But this is my back-to-back one. I usually wear it when I coach every game. That's what I've done, throughout most of my coaching career. But it was special, and for people 30 years later to still acknowledge, what we did. There's a great appreciation for, great teams and teams that give their heart and soul like our team did, and it was felt great to see Grant here. Grant didn't have to get on a plane and fly in for this game. I think obviously he wants to see Duke, but partially also to support me. So things like that mean a lot to me. Yeah.
Last question.
Hey, Coach. What do you want to personally take away from this experience, and what do you want your team to take away?
Well, I want to get the film on my computer ASAP, and I want to do that and start just watching it and breaking it down and just. But I'll just mainly remember just last night with Coach K, and we had a nice dinner, and some of our Arizona State people that came on the trip, and he was very gracious to do that and talk about his experiences with me, and then also some USA basketball. Like just spending that time with him was big time because we had so many great moments, and he's had such an impact on my life in a positive way. Thank you, guys.